Ever found something so eerie it felt like it had a heartbeat? Imagine holding an object that seems to pulse with an otherworldly energy as if it were alive. This is the story of Clara and her mysterious friend Charlotte, a doll that would change her life forever. Clara, an imaginative girl with a love for collecting oddities, stumbled upon Charlotte at an old estate sale. The estate sale was a treasure trove of forgotten memories filled with dusty books, antique furniture, and relics from a bygone era. Clara's eyes sparkled with curiosity as she wandered through the maze of items, each one whispering secrets of the past. The doll, with cracked porcelain skin and glassy eyes, seemed to follow Clara wherever she went. Its eyes, though lifeless, held a depth that was both mesmerizing and unsettling. Clara felt an inexplicable pull towards the doll, as if it were calling out to her, begging to be taken home. Its once vibrant red dress had faded, but Clara felt an unexplainable bond with it. The dress, though tattered and worn, hinted at a time when the doll was cherished and loved. Clara imagined the doll in its prime, a beloved companion to a little girl from long ago. From the moment Charlotte entered her life, strange things began to happen. It started with small, almost imperceptible changes. Objects in Clara's room would shift positions, and she would hear faint whispers in the dead of night. The air around Charlotte seemed to hum with a strange energy, as if the doll were alive. Clara's parents dismissed her stories of the doll moving or whispering at night as mere imagination. They chalked it up to her overactive imagination, a byproduct of her love for ghost stories and fairy tales. But Clara knew better. She could feel the doll's presence, a constant, watchful gaze that never left her. But Clara knew better. She was determined to uncover the truth behind Charlotte. She spent hours observing the doll, looking for any signs of movement. She even set up a makeshift surveillance system, using her old camcorder to record the doll at night. But no matter how hard she tried, she could never catch Charlotte in the act. One stormy evening, Clara sat with Charlotte as lightning lit up the room. The storm raged outside, the wind howling like a banshee. The room was bathed in an eerie, flickering light, casting long shadows that danced on the walls. Clara clutched Charlotte tightly, her heart pounding in her chest. In the flickering light, she saw Charlotte's lips move in a silent plea. It was just a brief moment, but it was enough to send chills down Clara's spine. She stared at the doll, her mind racing with questions. What was Charlotte trying to tell her? Was the doll truly haunted, or was it all in her head? Intrigued and frightened, Clara whispered, "Who do you belong to?" Her voice trembled as she spoke, the words barely audible over the sound of the storm. She felt a strange connection to the doll, a bond that transcended time and space. She needed to know the truth. A gust of wind snuffed out her lamp, leaving her in the dark with an eerie presence. The room was plunged into darkness, the only light coming from the occasional flash of lightning. Clara felt a cold shiver run down her spine, as if the very air around her had turned to ice. She could sense Charlotte's presence, a silent, watchful guardian in the dark. Determined to uncover the truth, Clara researched the doll and discovered it belonged to a girl named Eliza who had lived a century ago. She spent hours poring over old records and photographs, piecing together the story of Eliza and her beloved doll. The more she learned, the more she felt connected to the past, as if she were living Eliza's life through Charlotte. Eliza had loved the doll, but after falling ill, her family buried it with her. The photograph showed a young girl with a bright smile, holding Charlotte close to her heart. Clara could see the love and joy in Eliza's eyes, a stark contrast to the sadness that now surrounded the doll. She felt a deep sense of loss, as if she had lost a friend she had never met. Clara felt a deep sympathy for Eliza. She could imagine the pain and sorrow Eliza's family must have felt, losing their beloved daughter and her cherished doll. Clara's heart ached for the little girl who had loved Charlotte so dearly, only to be separated from her in death. That night she set up a memorial for her, promising to take care of Charlotte. She placed flowers and a small candle by the doll, whispering a prayer for Eliza's soul. She felt a sense of peace wash over her, as if Eliza's spirit were watching over her, grateful for the kindness she had shown. As Clara drifted off to sleep, she felt a comforting warmth. The next morning, Charlotte was sitting upright, her eyes reflecting the morning light. It was as if the doll had come to life, a silent guardian watching over Clara as she slept. Clara felt a deep sense of connection to Charlotte, a bond that could never be broken. From that day on, Clara and Charlotte were inseparable. The doll became her constant companion, a silent friend who listened to her secrets and dreams. Clara felt a sense of comfort and security with Charlotte by her side, as if the doll were a link to a world beyond her own. Clara shared her secrets and dreams, while Charlotte listened, a silent friend. She would spend hours talking to the doll, sharing her hopes and fears, her joys and sorrows. Charlotte became more than just a doll. She was a confidant, a trusted friend who would never judge or betray her. As years passed, Clara never forgot the haunted doll that brought her a friend from the past. She kept Charlotte close, a cherished reminder of the bond she had formed with Eliza. The doll became a symbol of love and friendship, a testament to the power of connection that transcends time and space. She learned that love transcends time and space, binding the living and the lost in an everlasting embrace. Clara's journey with Charlotte taught her that the bonds we form in life can never be broken, even by death. The love and friendship she shared with Eliza and Charlotte would live on forever, a timeless connection that would never fade.